Hey, what's up? I'm Pascal from Orangepixel and welcome to another video. This video is all about game releases because, well, I started feeling like one of those YouTubers that talks a lot about games and how to release games and all that, but never actually releases a game. And we got a lot of those, so let's change it up a little bit with actual game releases. The first release is on Switch. Let's talk about that one first. The second game on Google Play Pause, Google Pause the Play, Google Android subscription. Lots of stuff to talk about in that case, but I'm not going to go into all the subscription things. That's a good topic for another video. Just going to talk about a Google Play Pause game release. Yeah, third game, Gauntlet of Power. I tried to wrap it up this week so that it's ready for release on Steam. Let's see how far I got after the intro. Let's start the video with the Switch release, which is Sir Questionnaire, released on the Switch just last week. The game was already live on PC, itch.io, Steam and a couple of others, Android, iOS. It's been around for a while. It was now time to port it to the Switch. Now we already had the game ready, I think in November last year, but then you have to set up the eShop page or eStore, one of those two, the Nintendo Store page, and that always has to go through a check process at Nintendo, and it can take a little bit longer than you want, and then you have to do it for Europe, but you also have to do it for the United States version. So there are two versions of that page. I just didn't think we would be able to manage all that with room to spare before the holidays. Of course, holidays has a lot of sales and discounts going on, bigger titles launching here and there. I didn't want to have this tiny Sir Questionnaire game in the middle of all that, so we pushed it to January, which was a safer bet. I'm not expecting a lot from Sir Questionnaire because it's a very different, weird kind of game almost. It's very unique. You have two options. It's a lot of fun and there's a lot of depth to it, but it's not something that players will understand without playing it. So that makes it very hard to market the game. Still, I think we're now at a couple of hundred sales, which is kind of okay for me. Wasn't expecting a lot. We also have this game now ready for the Atari VCS, so that will be happening in a couple of weeks or months from now. Still have to push Snakecore to the VCS as well. So we're pushing a lot of new games or a lot of old games to new platforms this year, which is cool because on this device I also have Ash World, which is the next one. We're getting close to making that run correctly. Still some things here and there that need to be fixed, but once that's up and running, it will be released later this year on the Switch. So that's Sir Questionnaire now, then to the Atari, Snakecore to the Atari, Ash World to the Switch, and Ash World to Google Play Pass. Google subscription thingies. So I'm not really a fan of subscription-based models for games. Also not the man who's gonna stop all that from happening. Xbox has it, PlayStation has it. I think everybody has it except Steam doesn't have it yet. Hopefully that never happens. The problem, and I think I should eventually do a video on this, in short, subscription models is just another gatekeeping. You can't get into, in this case, Google Play Pass without Google accepting your game. And I submitted multiple games. I have a large library of games. Been developing for Android since the early days, 2009. Been there always with games. Only one of my games made it in. That's Ash World. That's kind of the problem with the subscription based. Besides that, people do not understand the value of games anymore. They subscribe to a service like this for like $5, $10, not even sure what it is. They get all the games they want to play. Great for gamers, not so great for developers. Also how that money is then distributed to the developer, it's not a fan of it. However, I'm not gonna stop it from happening. It's already happening right now. I'm not part of it while it's happening. So I'm kind of glad I am now part of it with Ash World. I need to do a couple of things to make sure that game is up to par, or fix tiny things with the controls and pressing the back button has to quit the game, stuff like that. Very minor stuff. I'll fix it in probably tomorrow after recording this video, just a couple of hours. And then hopefully the game will be in Game Pass and will be accepted completely. It is approved now, but it's not accepted yet. Weird stuff. That's the problem. Gatekeeping. We'll get there. But it does mean that Ash World is getting a little update, and then hopefully we'll make different kind of revenue from a different revenue stream, still on mobile, but we'll see how that all works out. I have no idea what to expect, but I heard great things from other game developers, so I'm kind of going with that, and hopefully I'll be able to push a couple more games into that. Like Residual would be very cool to have in that, and maybe even Space Grunts 1 and 2. We'll see how it all works out, but that's just one of the tiny things I have to do this coming week. What I did last week was even more interesting. That was Gauntlet of Power, wrapping it up for a release version. And I almost got there, just short of maybe 1 or 2 features. So most of the week has been me playing on my Steam Deck, testing out Gauntlet of Power. And right now the major thing that's left is fine-tuning and balancing it. I gave the game to Nathan Haragoshi on the Discord. He also took a little gameplay session, but he kind of completed the game in one go, which pretty much means the game is way too easy right now. So I'm tweaking and balancing those things as I go. I also noticed it was too easy because I myself was getting very close to just the final boss, and that shouldn't happen on a single run. So I'll mostly be playing the game after hours or like in the evening on the couch while watching TV, as we all do, or maybe on the toilet. Some do that as well, not me, but I hear others do that. Anyway, I'll be writing down various things, and then I'll fix them in the next game development session I have for Gauntlet of Power. Last week was really about, I had 2 weeks for myself to wrap up this game and do it. Have it all done. Didn't really manage to do that. Right now I'm missing the save game. Pretty important to have, not for testing, but it could come in very handy to have that feature in the game. So save game has to be done, and achievements. Probably not a big feature, but would be cool to have those implemented as well. So those are a couple of things I want to implement. I didn't get around to do that. I'll have to do that in the next couple of weeks. First, this week I'll be doing Ash World, Regulated City, and I want to dive into Space Grunts and release that demo onto Steam. So there's still a bunch of things before I dive back into this game, but it's far along for me to keep testing it and maybe write down new and interesting ideas here and there. It's pretty cool to have these deadlines for myself. I had 2 weeks, had to do it in 2 weeks, so I've been focusing on those things and really focusing on the stuff that had to be done. Intro animation, end animation, bug fixing, add some unlockables and permanently unlockable items and features, and I might have actually done one feature creep item. That's the janitor. This was mentioned by the Discord. Would be cool to have a janitor come clean up all the blood and stuff that's there after a fight. I thought that was interesting, and then I gave it my pixel art version look, my avatar look, which actually made sense, which was already in the game in a way that I'm not going to spoil, but it's there, so it made sense, and if you play the full game it's going to make even more sense. But now that I have the janitor character come in and walk around, I might actually add him to multiple games from now on, which is just a cool thing to have throughout time. This mysterious janitor guy that always pops up and cleans stuff. And who is he? Why is he there? What's he doing? I think it would be a cool addition to the Orangepixel universe. So, small feature creep. Didn't take very long, maybe like a little less than a day to have it implemented and working, and have him show up after a fight, come into the room and start sweeping, and he have some text here and there, and that's about it. And I figured I could spend a little time on that besides all the debugging. So that's what I've been working on last couple of weeks, trying to get Gauntlet of Power done and ready for release. And then I have to create an actual demo, an updated demo, because there's so much stuff there now, and I should do a better demo than I had already live. And then the next couple of months we'll try to get wishlist numbers here and there, get it into Steam Next Fest and other thingies, in the hopes that we get a good launch, and then we'll see how it does. In the meantime, I can't wait to start working on Regulated City again this week as I'm wrapping up this video. It's now Monday, it goes live on Thursday, so hi people from a couple of days ahead from now, from past. I'll be working on Regulated City as you're watching this video, which is cool because I haven't touched it for like since November, December maybe. I've been working on all these other things, and now I get to go back into it and try to fix the gameplay issues I have with that game. But if you want to know more about that, check some of the other videos where I talk about it. And hopefully soon I'll have a video that says it's fixed and it's there, that the gameplay is finally there, and it's we'll see. That's really my main thing for this week, and I can't wait to just jump into that and just tinker on it, because it's been a long time since I've worked on that game. And then of course I'll have Space Grunts 3, and I need to wrap up a demo for that to have it go live in March. So the next 4, 5, 6 weeks are pretty much planned out for me, and I'll be doing videos in between all of that. So thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment below, hop on the Discord, come say hi. More and more people are actually doing that, which is cool. So I keep repeating it at the end of my videos. Come say hi on the Discord, and not to me in a private message. Hi in the chat room, and people will respond to you. And there are a bunch of friendly people, helpful people, gamers, game developers, writers, musicians. We got everything there. So it's one big melting pot of people watching my videos, and every now and then some of them actually play an Orangepixel game. It's not a requirement, but it would be fun if some of you or more of you actually played my games. So all right, thanks for watching. Bye.
I'll load up.